I don't have any double sound. I don't know. Usually means you have two windows open. Anybody want to play Name That Show in the background?
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Welcome. The Bird album. Yeah, I bought it off eBay. Apparently it's a signed copy, so don't worry. All right, let's see if I can hear audio this time.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessionals. Ah, man, I don't think is my camera not on? Oh, I'm an idiot. I clicked the wrong thing. How did that happen? Hold on.
I was
Oh,
like
it
a
moved it.
ninja.
Hold on. Sorry. We're working on it. Boom. It moved it. I was over there. Now I'm over here. Am I back? There we go. Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cobra Confessional. Thank you for joining us. I'm back, apparently. I guess I moved some of the slides and was just in such a habit of clicking like 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm here. You're here. That's what we got going on tonight. What have you guys been up to? What's happening? What's up? It's how was your weekend? What'd you get done? Anything? Nothing? Huh. I haven't been doing much. We're stuck in this. Oh, Jessa told me what it was, actually. We're stuck in this weird fucking weather pattern. She said, you, like us, are stuck in a tropical wave loop. It started off the coast of Florida in the Gulf and has circled around twice, working on the third go-round. Like, I understand it's summer, so we get like heat showers, right? Like, it gets really hot in the day and you have like, but this is not that. This is something different. These are like timed thunderstorms that come around in a cycle about the same time every day, twice a day. It's very fucking weird. And so it's been hard to get a lot of work done, but there you go. It's been knocking out the power. Even if it's just like for a couple seconds, you know, it reboots the fucking computer and turns all the cameras off and all that shit. It's done it for the last 2 nights in a row. It didn't do it tonight. So there you go. That's what I was thinking was wrong with my camera when I first started the show. Anyways, that's what I got going on. What do you guys got going on? We are on the other channel. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to look that up. I am live on the other channel. Let me see if I can find that. So I at least got the chat open. Okay, there's one. There's the other one. Let me get the chat open so it at least shows up and I can fuck with the chat. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. You know, kind of a slow news day. I'm sure Bert's got a lot going on. You guys want to see what Bert's doing? Let's see. What are we talking about, Bert? Fill us in.
Crap. But I'll play it for you.
By federal authorities in Washington, D.C. The arrest comes after an intensive investigation revealed his alleged involvement in orchestrating the leak.
I'm not even going to play the rest of it because that's just not true. That part isn't accurate.
Well, that's because you're using an AI video as your source, you fucking retard. But there you go. I can tell you that just from the voice. He's been live for 36 minutes.
It's not going to be one of his nights. He might come back over. We'll see. Okay. How many more knobs do I need to twist here? Let's get in here. For some reason, I can't see the chat.
Never use AI. Like, just go find the source, right? Don't use an AI video. Even when I accidentally open them, I'm like, this is AI. I don't know if we can trust it. You know what I mean?
I do see we have people in the room. Jesus Christ Loves Us seems to be the first person in the chat. But then again, I look over here. I got 2 different versions of this. And let me go back to this one. This one's easier.
Oh, Cran is back. Hello, Bert and Patriots.
Watch the replay later. I'm glad you watched the replay. Thank you for doing that. Cran 45, hi, Bert and Patriots, and Cam 1956 says hello to everyone. Here we are. It's Sunday evening, and I'm going on a little bit later. That's going to happen from time to time. I've just got so much going on trying to deal with all of the issues that are in front of me that there are going to be nights where I just can't get on early. I just can't. I want to. So I like to drink a Diet Coke or something cold while I'm doing the show, and a little caffeine.
That makes sense.
Helps me keep going. And so I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't like anything about coffee. I don't like the smell of coffee. I just don't like coffee. And so I get my...
I don't think you could be trusted.
Diet Coke that I can buy right across the street at the convenience store. Forgive me for spending too much money. Good gosh.
I think I was alive the last time I watched this channel. I didn't even see you, Doug. Thanks for joining us. You probably were alive. Last time I owned this channel, I think you were alive.
We have so many critics. I mean, everybody's a critic. It's on the internet. Everybody.
So many critics.
Because people hate people who are doing something. When someone's doing something, when someone's making an effort, the Satan drives people to criticize it. Oh, that guy's stupid, isn't he? They don't know what they're doing. You're doing shit. You're sitting on your couch, and you're texting in the chat room, or you're writing a text that you're sending to somebody because you got their number, or you're sending out an email. You're doing
Who's he mad at now?
nothing. And you're criticizing the folks that are trying to make a difference.
Did he look down and see that he's got 20 dislikes and 10 likes already?
But it happens every day. It happens every day. And quite honestly, my mentioning it right now is making them high as a kite. Oh, he's talking about me. I know he's talking about me. Because I'm a pain.
This was completely random. I got a full show planned. I was talking to the chat and I was like, I wonder what Bert's doing.
In his ass, and he can't take it. He's got to talk about it. And now I feel powerful. No, I'm just making fun of you because you're an idiot. There's Kathy,
Oh.
1978. Someone who was in our chat room last night, I told you guys this before. I audit all the other podcasters. I go and look at their podcasts. And I told you why. I'm looking in their chat room for troublemakers. That's what my moderators used to do. And I had to start handling it myself because my moderators just got too burned out. I can't pay them. And there was so much for them to deal with. They said, look, it's too much. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll handle it myself. I appreciate everything you did. And you had my permission to do everything you did too. I'm not criticizing. People say that I'm criticizing.
Rumble fed me your show. It's been a while since welcome. It might have been so long that we no longer agree, but thanks. Welcome.
My former moderators, I am not. I opened the door and said, I'm going to let you all back in here again. You're going to behave yourself. And if you don't, I'll throw you out. And last night I sent somebody back in for a day because I asked them, stop complaining about that. Stop bringing it up. I don't want to talk about it. You know not what you speak of. And from your quiet little spot where you're sitting right now on your sofa or in your bed or at your desk or wherever it is that you were sitting in your car and watching your iPhone, whatever it is.
I mean, he doesn't do anything. He sits inside all day, watches the news so you don't have to, and hides from his landlord because he's about to lose his car, about to lose his house, he's 5 days behind, 6 days behind on his weekly rent.
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
That is crazy, right? Like, that's like being a month behind. If you pay monthly, being a week behind is like, hey, like you're about to be evicted. If you're on monthly and a week behind, probably not a big deal. You probably have to pay a late fee or something. My guy, the office guy, gives us like a 10-day grace period. So even a week behind wouldn't be a big deal. But if I was paying weekly, of course that's a big deal.
When I asked my audience to help out financially, and you want a full accounting of how many Diet Cokes did you buy this week?
Someone asked him how many Diet Cokes he bought this week because he asked for money.
I'm going to show you some footage today.
What's up, Samantha?
Podcasters who are going to be talking about all of the subject matter a couple of times. I left them in this time. They're asking for help because we all do it. Some just do it.
Okay.
Some get a lot more than others. But hey, I hope that the person that I sent packing last night comes back in tonight and behaves himself.
So he's mad at somebody from his chat last night that he kicked out for 24 hours, I guess.
I think you're new to the room. Hello there. They say hi. The person that was in the room last night that was supposedly, somebody.
He said Susie Rhea 1. That person's already banned. No, I see it. Susan Rhea 1. They just said, hey, they're not banned.
I went over and audited one of the other rooms, and he was there. He was there. So now I know. Now I know. He behaved in this room. I went over and audited one of the other rooms, and he was there. The person that was in the room last night that was supposedly, somebody new in the room. I went over and audited one of the other rooms, and he was there. He was there.
I don't think this is true because, like, most people that go over on Bert's Rumble thing, like if he's talking about my show, have a completely different name on Rumble than they do here. Like sometimes I'll joke and be like, oh, that was like somebody be like, that was me. And I was like, that was you in the chat, wasn't it? And I think that would confuse Bert, but that's not true.
There. So now I know. Now I know. He behaved in this room, but he said the absolute opposite in the other room.
Trying to get everybody to stop talking about the Epstein files.
So he was here being a fake, to get in the room, to earn the trust of you guys in the chat room, maybe. I know that when I was on Facebook, one of the things that the haters did was they got on Facebook. They friended me because I had like almost 4,000 friends, still do about 4,000 friends on Facebook, and then they would message everybody in the chat room.
So I've been told I do have some numbers, but I've been told between like his GoFundMe, the donations, the supporters, the money that was poured in to buy him things, everything all together, probably close to $500,000. That's what I've been told. And the person that I was talking to about this probably had about almost half of those receipts. So over 100,000 or over 200,000, and was estimating the others from people she talked to that said, hey, I donated. I was a donator. I was this, I was that kind of deal. Now Bert refutes that and says, if I had $500,000, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be streaming. But that's what I was told.
On Facebook, it's your real name. Then they would message people and say, don't trust that guy. Don't trust him. He doesn't know what he's talking about, or he's taking advantage of people, or whatever the case may be. They would do that. And they can't do that here as easily until people, one woman came in my room the other day, this woman from Q Streaming, and said, oh, this is Janet. And two people figured out, just from her saying her name, who she was. Within minutes, they were texting me. So if you say your name in the room, they will figure you out because they have nothing else to do. So I'm just trying to protect you. So please be careful about that. Good evening there, Tawana. Hello from Springfield, Missouri.
I think I have a Patreon project to work on. You guys still on? Oh, thank you. You debunked QAnon for me. Thanks again for that. Yeah, man. So if you haven't watched in a while, I used to be a Trump supporter, but debunked QAnon stuff. Trump has leaned so heavily into that and the people he's appointed and the stuff he's done. I'm no longer a Trump supporter. So that might turn you off. But a lot of people, it's like culture shock when they haven't seen me in like a year. And they're like, you don't support Trump anymore? what are you, a Marxist? And they get pissed off. But even if you don't like me anymore, I'm glad I got you out of QAnon, Greg.
All right. We have got a few people in the room. Let me go ahead and what the heck? Let's hit the refresh button and see what we said already. 7 thumbs up, 9 thumbs down. I've already spoken. I've been on the air for 11 minutes.
7 up, 9 down.
We already got 9 thumbs down. See, it's a game with these people. I don't care. I just bring it up because it's subject matter. You know, it's content. Let's talk. I don't mind chatting with my chat room either. Well, let's go ahead and get started with an observation that I have made today. And I have made this on my own. I haven't really seen anybody else say this yet. But the things that I have heard others say that I'm going to play for you has given me the impression that I think I might.
Bart, if you see this and reach out to me, in I guess email form, I guess. I don't know. Reach out to me. I'll pay this week's rent. Okay? I'll take care of you, Bart. I might even buy you a second sock.
Might be on to what's going on, and I don't like it. So suddenly now, Tulsi Gabbard is in the spotlight. And she's making all these accusations that they have all this evidence, negligent, and that Tapper, and this one and that one, and Obama's going down. It all sounds very good.
It's not happening.
Sounds like it's coming from the same playbook at this point. They kind of tripped all over themselves on the way that Donald Trump handled Pam Bondi's non-release.
Yes, it's just, hey, let's do this. We can mention Obama and treason, and they'll stop talking about Epstein.
Of the Epstein files, and they need a distraction. Is that what this is? Is this just a distraction? In other words, is anything going to happen? Are we going to see anything from this? I fear we're not. I'm afraid that this is just a way to get the Epstein botched.
I'm tired of Bert already, but let's see. I got a show for you guys. Let's see what we got. Let me respond to my sister right quick. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. All right. Mr. Global's had some really good videos lately. So we're going to watch. We probably got. I probably got 3 Mr. Global videos. He's had some really good videos this week. I think. So let's start there. Autumn. As a satanic Marxist from Northern Virginia, it's been inspiring watching you leave. I got to read the rest of that because that one sounds interesting. Sometimes they get cut off, and I'm like, sorry, I missed it, but I want to see this one. So bear with me. As a satanic Marxist from Northern Virginia, it's been inspiring watching you leave. Hashtag Team Trump. Thank you for being a great content, bro, and helping people leave the Q cult and such. Thank you very much. Thank you for the donation, Autumn. I appreciate that. All right. Mr. Global's had a few good videos, so I think I got 3. I'm going to try to play them all together so it doesn't look like I just keep going back to him. But I think I got 3 total that were pretty good. And before we get to Mr. Global, let's do this. You guys know Debunction Junction is a really good, well-researched channel. If something's going on, kind of got some kind of viral, right? He usually has a good video. He has done the Debunction Junction on the Russian election interference, Obama treason, that shit, right? Here we go. I think this is Debunction Junction.
All right, so I want to be very clear that Tulsi Gabbard is gaslighting America by pretending that no one was talking about Russia interfering in the 2016 election before the election took place. And for that, I'd like to show you a snippet of the 3rd and final debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump that took place on October 19th of 2016, 3 weeks before the election, where Hillary Clinton outlines the Russian hacking and how Donald Trump is denying the fact that Russia was behind it.
And we've never had a foreign government trying to interfere in our election. We have 17 intelligence agencies, civilian and military, who have all concluded that these...
I just now saw your question. So real quick, we'll go back to the first of this video. So I was raised Republican, I guess, out of ignorance. Like my mom and dad still believed like the Republican Party was for was for the little guy, right? They look out for the little guy, they take care of us, and they believe the left is trying to destroy the country kind of deal. And that's the way everybody believes in my town. Me and Mariah voted for Kamala Harris, and I think in our whole county there were 7 votes, and we were 2 of them, right? So anyways, everybody that believes that here. My parents believe that. That's the way I was raised. I was raised in church. It was a weird thing. My parents quit going, but my uncle kept taking me. I've got like 3 uncles that are preachers, and the Southern churches that did politics, right? Told you who to vote for, that kind of thing. Anyways, my dad was even like weirdly anti-union. Like looking back at it now, it's like my dad was against the things that he needed to help him. Like union, he worked his fingers to the fucking bone, and his job should have been unionized, but he was like an anti-union guy because they destroy companies, and the rich people have to shut them down. And he was like super Republican, although later on in life they needed these, like dad was on Social Security, disability, and Medicaid, and mom was too, got disability before she passed away. And they've been on food stamps before, and they got money to put me like in preschool because they needed to go to work, and like all these subsidy programs that they needed, they were voting against them. It doesn't make sense now, but that's not the mentality that's in your head then. Then it was just like, oh, well, the Democrats just want to offer this free ticket just to pull you in kind of deal. And then they'll shut it all down. But the Republicans will take care of us. Republicans will take care of us. It was very weird. So I grew up that way and just thought that way, right? Because everybody I knew thought that way. There was really no difference of opinion with anybody that I ran into. I didn't even see the first black person in my, living in my town. I didn't see the first black person in my town until I played sports in high school. Well, not seeing. I didn't engage with a black person. I've seen black people, obviously, when we go places or whatever. But like engage or speak to a black person until I played sports in high school. We're just like a very, very small backwoods town in Tennessee, with a very storied past, a horrible past, honestly. But anyways, I was just raised like that. And so I grew up believing the same thing my parents believed because I had never challenged those beliefs. And I knew, I'm a smart guy, so I knew something was going on because I see like videos of like big left-wing streamers or left-wing content creators, and they're challenging my points, but I would run to people like Steven Crowder or Charlie Kirk. Well, Charlie Kirk wasn't that big then. Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro or somebody on the right that just lied. And instead of researching that, I would just use their talking points. So somebody on the left would say this, I would just use a Steven Crowder talking point. I didn't research it. I just heard him say it. And it sounded like a good point. So when QAnon started, I have like a military background. I have like security clearances. I know what a Q clearance is. We have a nuclear power station here. Like that's Department of Energy clearance. Anyways, when that started, I'm like, no, this is a scam. 100% this is a fucking scam. So I started going around and debunking. That's how my channel kind of started, was debunking all these QAnon people. And I would cover them and the lies they were saying and disprove them, even though I was still like, well, Trump is good, but these people are just trying to get famous off what he's doing, and they're making up this story because Trump wasn't really sharing directly QAnon shit. And then January 6th happened, and I didn't know what to think. I was just like, holy shit, like people I watched stream, people I thought that I enjoyed their content, they were like fucking breaking into the Capitol and shit. And that changed something for sure. Coming out of January 6th, and leaving the White House, Trump leaned so much harder into election denial and QAnon stuff. So when I started debunking QAnon streamers, I used to be able to keep those two things separate. I would debunk like Phil Godlewski, and then I could still support Trump. But then the more Trump leaned into QAnon and conspiracies and shit like that, if I was debunking Phil, I was actually debunking Trump because he was just repeating some shit that Trump said. Like it's hard to separate the two when Trump's saying it just so Phil can say it again. So then that's when I started research. Nothing really lined up. None of my world beliefs seemed to check out. It was like a real reckoning. Something that you've believed your whole life and thought that, no, this is the way it works. And then you actually go look into it, research it, pull up the data, find people smarter than me and see what they're fucking saying about it. And none of it seemed to line up. So it's like this whole culture shock thing. There was also some life events that happened. Like, obviously, I'm no longer religious. Both my parents ended up passing away within 9 months of each other. That was pretty tough. And anyways, a whole lot of stuff happened, and I came out the other side fucking hating Trump. Everything about Trump. So there you go.
The Russian hacking and how Donald Trump is denying the fact that Russia was behind it.
And we've never had a foreign government trying to interfere in our election. We have 17 intelligence agencies, civilian and military, who have all concluded that these espionage attacks, these cyber attacks, come from the highest levels of the Kremlin, and they are designed to influence our election.
And just in case.
So there you go. So remember, Tulsi Gabbard's theory is like before the election, everybody knew that Russia didn't do anything. Russia did nothing. They said they couldn't do it. There was no way they could do it. They weren't interested to do it. They didn't do anything. But then after the election, obviously this video is before the election, she claims that after the election, that Obama had them write a special report that said Russia did everything. It isn't true. Like, the first report was classified. That's why it wasn't shared. The Tulsi Gabbard just declassified it. But basically the two reports say the same thing, one with more data. They both say that Russia did get into some voting infrastructure, but it was mostly like names and addresses and shit like that, voting status. They couldn't change votes. And their big thing was on social media and bot farms and misinformation and planning rallies and shit. They planned rallies from Russia that real U.S. people showed up to protest. It was insane. And we've known that all the way through the run up to the election. So she's saying it right here. 17 intelligence organizations all said they're fucking with our election. They're trying to sway people to vote for Trump.
From the highest levels of the Kremlin, and they are designed to influence our election.
And just in case you think that Trump was not acknowledging that those cyber attacks were taking place, he was asked this question directly.
Yes, and I would like to ask you this direct question. The top national security officials of this country do believe that Russia has been behind these hacks. Even if you don't know for sure whether they are, do you condemn any interference by Russia in the American election?
By Russia or anybody else?
You condemn their interference?
Of course I condemn. Of course I can. I don't know Putin.
So with the idea that 17 intelligence agencies were saying that Russia was behind the hacking before the election, what is Tulsi Gabbard talking about? And why would Tulsi Gabbard be giving Vladimir Putin such a big gift to pretend that he wasn't behind the hacking before that 2016 election? And for some insight into that, let's listen to Hillary Clinton on this October 2019 podcast, where she clearly...
I think Hillary Clinton probably would have done a fine job. I've been raised to think that like she's like Satan. She probably would have done a fine job. She probably would have done like a Joe Biden job. Not a whole lot of shakeup, more the status quo, a couple of key pieces of legislature that they hang their hat on, and that's it. Right. Donald Trump is the one that fucking changes everything, throws his wrenches everywhere, shuts things down, shit like that.
Implies that Tulsi Gabbard is a favorite of the Russians and implies that the Russians might run her as a third-party candidate in 2020.
They're also going to do third-party. And I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's a favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of sites.
Tulsi Gabbard has always been with the Russians, for sure.
And other ways of supporting her so far. And that's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset. Yeah, she's a Russian asset.
Jill Stein claims to be against all this, to stand up. If you vote Green Party, I understand why you vote Green Party. But where the fuck is Jill Stein when she's not running or raising money? Where the fuck does she go? She vacation in Moscow or something? Like, she's nowhere to be found when we need these voices to stand up and fucking and push back on something that's going on. She just disappears.
Even though Hillary Clinton didn't name Tulsi Gabbard in that clip, you know who else thought she was talking about her? That's right, Tulsi Gabbard herself, who sued Hillary Clinton for $50 million in January 2020 for calling her a Russian asset. But then just a couple of months later, Tulsi Gabbard wasn't eager to create that association between Russia and her, so she ended up dropping that lawsuit. And while Jill Stein didn't run in 2020, it's interesting to note that here in December 2015, she was having dinner in Russia with Vladimir Putin. And who else is at that table but Trump's director of national intelligence from his first term, Michael Flynn. So it is kind of funny that Trump has been elected twice as president, and both times when it came down to picking a director of national intelligence, he's chosen two people that Russia seems to really like.
Debunction Junction coming through again. Even after the colossal death of soldiers. Are you talking about Benghazi? Benghazi gets pinned on Hillary. And there were mistakes made with Benghazi. But it wasn't like this horrible setup or 100% her fault. Like there were mistakes made. I went on a rabbit hole for like months researching Benghazi and the stuff that happened there and the security breaches. I actually knew some of the people that worked there in that safe house. the CIA had a safe house, not semi-adjacent to the compound. Yeah, I went on a deep rabbit hole. There were mistakes made that looking back, you can say, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's kind of like when a bunch of little mistakes line up and you have like a gigantic fucking mistake. That's basically what happened. But it all gets pinned on Hillary Clinton. And even though she probably made a few of those mistakes, it wasn't her like saying, don't send them, fuck them, we don't care. We want to hide it. We don't want to do this. It wasn't that. It wasn't like the right makes it out to be, for sure. All right, here we go. Where was I at? Mr. Global. Mr. Global's got 3 videos that I kind of agree with all of them. So let's start there.
With the objective of subverting the will of the American people, who in November of 2016 delivered a historic victory to President Trump, defeating Hillary Clinton. And President Obama and his team, their goal was to essentially not accept.
There's been 6 Republican congressional committees that did investigations on Benghazi, and not a single one of them found evidence of Hillary Clinton wrongdoing. Like, if you can't trust that, I don't know what you're ever going to trust. 6 different independent investigations in Benghazi, and all 6 of them found no wrongdoing on Hillary's part.
Who in November of 2016 delivered a historic victory to President Trump, defeating Hillary Clinton. And President Obama and his team, their goal was to essentially not accept the decision of the American people, and to use this manufactured, politicized intelligence as a means to enact what would become essentially a years-long coup.
Here's the problem with that. On December the 15th of 2016, Barack Obama publicly stated, "We are not going to be relitigating the 2016 election. There is absolutely no evidence that Donald Trump or the Trump campaign played any role in Russia's activities in our 2016 election process." In addition, between the time of Election Day and when he left office, he consistently asked the American people to accept Donald Trump's victory in the election. He called for unity, and he said, "We are not all Democrats or Republicans. We are Americans, and this is our process." Now, I've had the opportunity to read the documents that Tulsi Gabbard released. They're all about cybersecurity and hacking voting machines. And the basic difference is while intelligence community was saying no voting machines have been hacked, and that was true, the DNC, Hillary Clinton, and John Podesta had all been hacked by the Russians. So basically what this comes down to, as far as the Republicans are concerned, as long as no voting machines were hacked.
Yeah, there's people that survived the attack in Benghazi. I don't think we have an actual number because a lot of them were at the CIA compound. The civilian security personnel, CIA members, there's a bunch of people that survived it. There was 2 compounds.
There was no interference. And hacking a presidential nominee's...
Anonymous gifted any random user a subscription.
Thank you.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to any random user.
Stop it, Mariah.
Email and the Democratic National Committee's server and everything else they hacked so they could...
The famous people that survived are, goddamn, what are their names? Tig, Dave Boone Benton is one. Tig is Tegan. I don't know what his first name is. Tonto, which is Chris Tonto. I don't know what his last name is. And there's like 2 more. But yeah, I don't think we know the numbers.
Low drip information during the entire campaign. As far as Republicans are concerned, that's not election interference. That's just politics. And that is where Democrats and Republicans disagree. And basically, by Barack Obama believing that hacks of the DNC, Hillary Clinton, and John Podesta, by him believing that that is election interference, they want to charge him with treason.
Yeah, okay. That'll stick.
There's never any type of claim that voting machines were hacked. There was never any claim of that. And there is nothing in these documents. There is nothing in these documents. I have no idea why they were classified. There was no attempt by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, or anyone else to overturn the results of the election. Unlike in 2020. Yeah, unlike in 2020. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't think, obviously, they don't have anything, right? It's a smoke and mirrors to make you look away from the Epstein list. What's the compound? And still to this day, that doesn't make any sense. There was the embassy, and then there was the CIA annex. Second, let's see, Mr. Global had another good one. He had two more good ones. Here's one. Or is that the one I just clicked on? I think that might be the same one. Hold on. That's not. That's a different one.
Was fake, and this lawsuit is real, we wouldn't be hearing about the Russian hoax and treason by Obama right on the same day, 9 years later. And let's not forget that like 17 different U.S. intelligence agencies all came to the same conclusion about Russia interfering with that election. And let's also not forget.
It's like, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile away, the CIA annexed the U.S. consulate.
How many of Trump's associates pled guilty to it? Including Paul Manafort, the guy running Donald Trump's campaign, who shared polling data with Russian intelligence. Now, why would he share polling data with Russian intelligence? So they would know who to target with their misinformation campaigns. Let's also forget that Russia, the DNC,
WikiLeaks.
That's not a hoax. That happened. Let's also not forget that Donald Trump asked them to do it on national TV. If anyone committed treason during that election, it was Donald
We just went over the Mueller report last night, and it shed a lot of light on this.
Trump. And he did it right in front of everybody.
Was there evidence to say that Donald Trump colluded with Russia? Yes and no. Was there evidence to convict him? No. But was there evidence that there was some type of collusion going on? Absolutely.
Just a reminder. Thanks.
And then the last Mr. Global video is this one.
Recent results. Criminal activity also failed to reach the scale and sophistication necessary to change election outcomes. But Obama
announced that like the very first time he was on TV after the laws. He's like, we're not going to relitigate it. We're not going to open it up. That's not what this is about. It's about seeing what happened and how we can resist that in the future.
couldn't accept that. So he and his staff instructed intel agencies to cook up new reports to support Russia collusion.
It's weird that
again, this isn't true. So he got a report that was like a confidential report, and he says we got to share this to the American people, right? This is like a secret, confidential, can't share it. So we're going to do a report for the public, and the two reports say basically the same thing.
That they're supposedly reading from declassified documents, but the things that they're reading to us was everything that was publicly reported in the news.
Yep. These declassified documents, but this is things that we all saw happen. We all saw it on the news.
Back then. And the things that people like.
What is the scandal here other than you just don't want people talking about Epstein anymore?
Barack Obama and James Clapper and all these people were stating, they were saying, even before the election, that Russia didn't have the ability to...
I'm a working girl again. I wish you would. Damn.
Impact the vote count at the voting machines. They couldn't do that. They stated before the election. They stated it after the election. If Barack Obama was trying to subvert Donald Trump's presidency, he's not very good at it, because the whole time they were saying the Trump administration didn't have anything to do with it. But there is something that Obama said that a lot of you are going to remember, and that is the goal of Russia's interference in our elections is not to change the outcome of them, but to undermine our faith in democracy. How's your faith in democracy right now?
If that was their goal, to make even this go around, right? They've got the shit going on in New York and the lawsuits and It seems like at least one county in the state of New York was completely fucked. People are definitely questioning our democracy now and their votes and where they go. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it, but there's a county in New York State where Democrats down ballot got like, I don't know, a large percentage of the vote, right? Hundreds of votes. And Kamala Harris got zero. Got zero. Statistically, almost impossible. And they're litigating that out right now. There are people that are most people question, like, what's going on here? Something weird? What's happening?
Outcome of them, but to undermine our faith in democracy. How's your faith in democracy right now? And it's kind of strange that Donald Trump and Russia has that shared goal, because his whole political career is undermining faith in democracy. You can't even say the word democracy. Barack Obama was right.
My favorite people are we're not a democracy. We're a representative republic.
Undermined our faith in democracy, and now Donald Trump is helping them to that end. Thanks.
It's not a pickup truck. It's a Toyota Tacoma. What's Good Trouble doing?
Isn't it weird that if you agree with anything that I'm about to say, the majority of society will consider you a right-wing extremist? If you believe that injecting children with vaccines isn't a good idea, but eating healthy to prevent illness is a good idea, or if you believe that the sun isn't so bad, but sunscreen full of toxic industrially manufactured chemicals isn't good, or if you believe that raw milk from an organic farm with no additives is better.
Tell me you were homeschooled without telling me you were homeschooled.
Than milk from a factory farm, the majority of society will consider you a right-wing extremist. Just 50 years ago, these beliefs were normal. What a crazy world we live in.
Brother, 50 years ago was 1978. We had been using suntan lotion and pasteurizing milk and giving children vaccines.
If you're talking about the 2020 election and claiming there were more votes than there were people, that was all debunked. They were using the wrong statistics.
For nearly 100 years. What are you talking about, dude? You are considered a right-wing extremist because despite having all...
I haven't seen that claim for the 2024 election.
...information that dispel you of these incorrect beliefs, you choose to deny science and facts. That is a uniquely right-wing thing to do right now. So yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry.
If you can't understand reality, that is uniquely right-wing currently. We did that one. This is interesting. Fox News is currently being sued, right? So you think if you go to foxnews.com, they'd be talking about their current lawsuit. The Wall Street Journal, Rupert Murdoch, the parent company, they're all being sued over the Epstein letter. You think they'd post that on their website, wouldn't you?
I went over to Fox News to see how they were reporting on the multi-billion dollar, billion with a B, dollar lawsuit against them by President Trump, who they've been, pretty heavily supporting for the last couple of years. And I found, I kept scrolling through. I recorded this whole thing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everything is.
This is the guy that was sucked into an MRI machine by his gold chain. Was that what it was? Is Austin here or Legend? Austin sent it to me. I don't know. He might have sent it to you too, Legend. Guy that was sucked into an MRI machine by his gold chain, fatally.
Is about everything is a story about how Democrats are terrible. How
actor fired from movie role speaks out on Colbert's $40 million loss to CBS fallout.
Democrats are terrible and have ruined everything. Nothing is about actual news. The only mention that I...
Wouldn't you think they would be saying, hey, Fox News' parent company and owner, Rupert Murdoch, is being sued for this Epstein letter? Nope.
Found
nothing.
I kept scrolling. I kept looking. I was like, somewhere in here.
Even if they wanted to play it like kind of cheeky and be like, the Wall Street Journal is being sued, it's not on there.
Way down, it's got to be something about the lawsuit. absolutely nothing about the lawsuit. They talk about how Obama did things. They're still talking about that somehow, and blaming things on him. And if when I dug far enough,
In-N-Out Burgers moving their headquarters to Tennessee.
down, they actually quoted Rob Schneider at one point on the Stephen Colbert issue, because that's a good source. And then as you got far enough down, eventually they started talking right here about how Biden didn't release the Epstein files.
That's relevant.
But still nothing about this Trump administration, nothing, not a word. So I'd like to know your thoughts, why they're not mentioning their own giant lawsuit here, because that seems weird. Any thoughts?
They didn't like talking about it when they were sued by Dominion either, right? They didn't like talking about it then either when they settled out of court with Dominion for billions of dollars. Weird that they don't report on their own shit there. You guys know the girl that escaped from TPUSA? She did another video. We might have already watched this one. Let me see. No, I don't think we watched this one.
I got recruited by Turning Point USA when I was 16 years old. So when I met Charlie, I was 16 years old. I had just gotten involved in politics. I was instantly like stars in my eyes, like so interested in being involved in this organization because it gave me an opportunity to get out instantly from just local politics. And
if you ever watch somebody like Destiny debate young white girls that are MAGA, they typically don't have any idea, short of like close the border, make America great again, bring jobs back. They don't have any substance underneath that. It's like they just like the slogans.
Be involved in a national movement. And when I was 16, I was really striving for a lot of validation. I wasn't really the cool kid. I didn't really fit in with as many people in school. I was just generally kind of awkward. And so when I had these these cool young adults telling me, hey, like, get involved in this movement. Come with us to DC. We're going to this conference. It's going to be amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, like they want me to, like, it was like being invited to a party. Like, of course I want to go. I didn't really, like, I was generally interested in politics. I didn't really have that many political ideologies nailed down at that point, other than like just general, like, hey, I'm a conservative, but I can't really explain to you what that means because I'm 16 years old.
Right.
I just ate up all of the talking points because I wanted to sound smart. Like,
I think there's also something to being out and obviously like coming from a more or a wealthier family, I guess. And there's something about being out on your own and struggling and seeing the struggle, and also seeing the we have like 800 fucking billionaires running around with enough money to burn to stay warm. And you're like struggling and they're shutting down services and making it harder to get services and harder to do things, harder to get approved for things. That's just got to be like, what the fuck? They try to force this mentality into you that, like, if you just work hard, keep your nose clean, don't get in trouble, then anybody could be a millionaire or whatever. But sometimes you're working as hard as you fucking can and still getting fucked every day.
Charlie, I wanted to be able to parrot those talking points so that I could hold my own in a debate and so that I could stand up for what I believed in. So I worked really hard to...
Yeah, I saw that Missouri voters voted on something called, I think it was called Proposition A, and it mandated paid sick leave and increased their minimum wage, and it passed. And then the Republican legislature comes in and passes a bill that limits the minimum wage and repeals the paid sick leave. And the governor just signs it. Like, what the fuck?
Internalize all of the information that Turning Point was feeding me so that I could be the one that was going to fight and save America. In this really kind of flux and flow time where I was just unsure of who I was, I had this cool organization that took me to DC and took me to Chicago, telling me what I should believe in and who I should be. And so rather than losing being a part of this group that I felt belonging in, I was just like, sure, like, yeah, that sounds great. I can totally believe in that in exchange for acceptance. And I think that is what is happening with a lot of the young people that are involved with Turning Point now. They're getting an in with this group that is nasty and aggressive toward anyone that is outside of the group. So they suck these people in and then ideologically isolate them, and they're in this echo chamber where they're being told what they should believe, and they're being told.
And it's almost like a lot of people hide it. The people that say like, I'm not political, I don't want to talk about politics, they're Trump supporters, right? But now it's almost like, especially online, became the cool thing to come out.
These talking points without the nuance of actual policy. And so these kids internalize this ideology, put on this role of being this activist and being this person who's saving America. And so by the time, if this starts in high school, by the time they get to college, they're already primed to believe that their university is trying to indoctrinate them. And what's ironic is that they've already been indoctrinated. When you're talking to these young people who are involved in Turning Point that have been, for lack of better words, brainwashed, try to understand that they have stepped into this role that has been affirmed and validated by this organization. And they're at a point now where they probably don't realize they've been indoctrinated. They don't understand the powers at play. They don't have the critical thinking. They're not taught critical thinking with these organizations. They're not explained why they should believe something. They're just told.
The Schmidt-Mund Act bans propaganda in the U.S. U.S.-made propaganda from being given to U.S. audiences.
Understand the powers at play. They don't have the critical thinking. They're not taught critical thinking with these organizations. They're not explained why they should believe something. They're just told what to believe.
There's an entire group of young voters that to get them, you just have to be the cool group. They just want to be involved. They want to be with a cool group. They want to be what their friends are. They want to be what they see on fucking social media.
When you are dealing with these young people that are like super MAGA or super conservative, I would
Ombre just said that.
Caution people to just try to understand how much indoctrination is going on and how much indoctrination is at play. Because when I was their age, I had no idea how much I was being manipulated.
It's hard to tell, right? Especially for young people. They just want to fit in. They want to seem cool. They want to be like what their friends are. And it's easy to manipulate those people. Charlie Kirk has the corner of the market on it. It's wild, the things that he can do. And the audience that he garners. What is this one? Another debunk video on Tulsi Gabbard.
This is urgent. I'm going to play this clip of Tulsi Gabbard lying about Barack Obama, and then I'm going to fact check it. Please share.
President Obama delivered the conclusion that he wanted the intelligence community to reach and directed them to find and essentially create and manufacture the intelligence to support the conclusion that President Obama wanted to deliver to the American people.
Tulsi Gabbard is absolutely lying, and it's important that all Americans understand this. She claims that Obama covered up a December 2016 report about Russia and how they didn't actually hack into voting machines. The problem with this narrative is that he didn't cover it up. This was a classified report meant for only senior officials at the White House. And it showed pretty much everything that the public eventually knew because Obama had another report released for the public that didn't actually have classified material in it. Gabbard claims the original report showed that Russia didn't actually get into voting machines, and that Obama covered this up in order to harm Trump, before she alleges he had this report written for the public. She claims that Obama had this report written and manufactured, meaning that it had false information, to suit his own narrative. But the problem is, this report found almost the exact same thing as the classified report that he supposedly
It was literally the same thing, minus the classified sections.
had covered up.
So there was no change. There was no, hey, we got to make it look like this. It was the same report.
Both reports found that Putin directed the interference effort. Russia aimed to help Trump and hurt Clinton. Russian cyber attacks, leaks, and propaganda efforts were used, and no evidence of vote tampering. But in an effort to distract the public from what's happening with Epstein, what Gabbard does is...
I think that Harris ran on a lot of, hey, things aren't that bad and we're going to keep them the same. But in your mind, in your wallets, you felt like things were fucking bad, even though it probably wasn't their fault. A lot of it's fallout from COVID and logistics and inflation and stuff that they had little to no control over. People wanted change for sure. And it's almost like she ran on the, well, we'll do more. We'll make it better, but we'll do a lot of the same. And people didn't just resonate with that message.
Used, and no evidence of vote tampering. But in an effort to distract the public from what's happening with Epstein, what Gabbard does is rely on ignorance and the lack of the ability of the American public to follow.
I understand people can't afford groceries. What's Trump going to do to fix that? Be nice if he'd get around to it.
A very complicated
instead of suing another newspaper
situation involving classified and unclassified material. Gabbard is a liar. Obama did nothing wrong, and Jeffrey Epstein still was once Donald Trump's best friend.
Best friend. Best friend. Was and may always be. Including, I think he wrote the letter, dude. It would be weird for Ghislaine Maxwell to get Epstein's 50th birthday binder and fake a Trump letter. Like, what is the alternative? That everybody else said, yeah, you know, we were friends with him. We didn't know that what he was doing. He was my buddy, so I wrote him a letter. I don't remember what I wrote, but I wrote something. It was funny, and she put it in a book. Every other person that they've interviewed is like, yeah, you know, I don't remember what I said, but yeah, I did that. I wrote a letter. Yeah, I did it. I remember. It was his 50th birthday. I remember. Yeah, it's in a binder. She had a leather bound and gave it to him for his birthday. Yeah, I remember. And Trump's like, nope, never heard of it. What is this? It's a fake letter. So we're supposed to believe that everybody else did it. And she faked a Donald Trump letter and drawing to put it in his... It seems like if Donald Trump didn't want to do it, she would just left it out. The alternative is that she pretended to be Donald Trump and wrote this letter just for his birthday, when she already had hundreds of other letters. That might be something you do for a kid. Like your kid writes a letter to, a movie star and says that they want a birthday. That might be something you do for your kid. Like, if my birthday's coming up, could you come see me? And you write like a little thank you card from Captain America that says, no, I can't draw little shields. But you don't do that to a 50-year-old man. I don't understand what the claim would even be. Obviously, he wrote the letter. If MAGA used 2% more brain power.
Wait. What if he's just lying? Like, what if he's just full of shit? Oh, dude. He's got like 263 pictures with Epstein. And they've been friends for decades. Dude, I think he's lying to us. Hold on. What if we just don't understand it? What if it's some of this 3D, 4D chess? I don't know, man. He called us stupid and weak for asking questions about Epstein. Fuck. What if the billionaires are not our friends? Fuck. No, I definitely have more in common with a billionaire than I do with an immigrant, okay? I don't think you do. I don't think voting for the felon with SA charges was a great idea, after all. We need to bankrupt a casino, which is a license to print money. Fuck, dude. Fuck. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be a
How much is it,
billionaire.
man?
He's so fucking stupid. I thought, hey, that could be me. Cletus, you work at a gas station. Yeah, well, I was going to save up. Get a franchise going. Hey, you guys remember that time he said he would fuck his own daughter? Fuck, dude. Are we the bad guys? I'll look it up. Yes. Yep, no, everyone's calling us Nazis. And
Not according to Trump. Trump never writes pictures.
And dude, are we the bad guys? I'll look it up. Yes. Yep, no, everyone's calling us Nazis. And hold on. Yeah, 30-second search is showing an insane amount of parallels between us and the Nazi party. So I'm gonna go with yes. Hey, so like, how long does this last? Like, do we just keep going? I think we're waiting for a fourth non-MAGA character to like burst into the room and tell us like it took you all of this for you to realize, or something like that. Wow.
That's the way he described it. Trump said, and I quote, "I never wrote a picture in my life." I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. Those are the two quotes.
Huh. Nothing. Well, I guess we're stuck like this. I think we have to help people.
Are we the bad guys? Yep.
A lot of clothing to burn.
Probably.
We're gonna go start multiple charities.
And when has there ever been another candidate that had this cult-like following? Like, I've seen people with like Hillary clothes or hats or I'm with her or Obama stuff, but not like this. Not the level of merch like and tennis shoes and cologne and gold this and NFTs and like that's fucking crazy, dude. When your whole identity is that you support Donald Trump. He started a movement for sure. It's just there's something wrong with it.
I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. I am prepared to die on this hill. If Donald Trump is part of the Epstein list as why he has decided to pretend like it doesn't exist anymore, then the war that I've been waging on liberals and everyone that has been completely insane, I plan to wage on Donald Trump if he cannot explain or make sense of this soon. It's pointing to that he is implicated to the fullest degree if he is going to pretend like this doesn't exist. Jeffrey Epstein isn't a big deal. What he said today, I was like, bro.
I just want to start by saying that if you had any self-awareness whatsoever, which I understand is a bridge too far in most instances, especially this one, you would realize that all of those insane people and liberals that you've been waging war against might have been right about a lot of other things too, including, and
that's right, hombre,
fucking this, which we have been nonstop fucking talking about this. The most surprising thing is that this is a surprise to you. Honestly.
Snuck up on him. It snuck right up on him. Snuck right. Oh, this Jubilee video was so good too, but I can't play it because they'll copyright strike everything. I'm on 2 YouTube channels to get 2 strikes. That'd be awful. But did you guys see Mehdi? I think's his name on the Jubilee video. This, I'm not gonna play it, but
I'm speaking from past experience.
It was him. I don't even know what the title. Let me look up the title. It's that 20 versus 1 or whatever, right? On Jubilee. And man, was it good. I guess it's a Democrat versus MAGA or something. One progressive versus 20 far-right conservatives. The one guy, oh, here we're going to listen to this audio. Listen.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s. So
you don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American.
This guy called himself Native American. Why? Because his family, he says his family lineage goes back to the 1500s.
American whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about? What are you talking?
And he says if you're talking about like regular Republicans or rhinos or what you would call a Republican sitting in Congress right now, I consider them liberal. I am so much more Republican than like he's a far right extremist.
Talking about. You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen.
Did you hear that?
What can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist. Americans, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen to me.
They laughed and clapped. I think you could say I'm a fascist. Yeah, I am. They laughed and clapped.
I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from past experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like.
So he said, I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from past experience, which he's got citizenship as well. But he was born in North London. And the guy says, get the hell out.
I'm speaking from past experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like. I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why? I don't want you here. My first claim.
I don't want you here. Fascist is far right, ultra nationalist, like too far, like we're superior than everybody. Everybody else is like lives in shithole countries and they're less than us if they're not Americans. Ultra nationalist with an authoritarian leader, like a dictator, right? We want somebody with all the power to lead us, and we're better than everybody else. Sometimes it includes like violence against those people that you're better than. Usually it includes violence. Yeah, like Hitler. The reason the Nazi Party, they did have very few like socialist policies, but so does the U.S., like fire departments and police and shit. But the reason they were called the Socialist Party is to hide their actual goal, right? The Nationalist Socialist Workers' Party. It's to hide their actual goal. But yes, fascist. That's like a fascist regime. It's not pure fascism, but it's pretty quote. So, like, your country's better than everybody else. Your natives are better than everybody else. Those other people are, like, ruining your blood. Like when Donald Trump says they're ruining the bloodline of America. Like, that's ultra-fascist and racist. But ultra-nationalistic, authoritarian leader, far right. It rejects democratic principles and instead says, no, we just need a strong leader to make decisions for us. We don't want to vote. We don't want representatives. We don't want both sides represented. We just want a guy to make decisions for us. And you place the nation and the people of that nation above all else. It's kind of weird in the U.S., but like in Germany, they can say, oh, well, we were always here. We were always a Germanic people, right? Well, in the U.S., we kind of know that we weren't always here. Right, we traveled here, but that's the same. They have the same mentality. Like that guy just said, yes, I'm a Native American. My family's been here since the 1500s. You call the Native American Indians, but they just walked here on a land bridge from Asia. Doesn't make it their place. It's usually super, super militaristic. Like the glorifying and worshiping of military power. Like you've seen, like not Donald Trump's parade was bad, but you've seen like foreign parades where they drive around with like missiles and nukes and shit, right? And they're constantly talking about like having that power and being able to use that power. It opposes anything like liberal or individual rights or any type of social equity. Like even the shit like food stamps or bringing people up. Nope, make it on your own. You know, you do it on your own. You're not working hard enough. You're not doing this. And then the really shitty part about it is it often labels an enemy, which an enemy would be anybody that's either against us or is not from here, white and from here, basically, usually. And it not only condones violence against those people, it celebrates it. Right? When Donald Trump is seeing people get fucking beat up at his rallies, he's like, look at him, they got him, get him, hit him. Yeah, get him out of here. That kind of shit. Like, very wild. And total power, right? Fascist regimes, so the leaders in fascist regimes, as they're in the rise, they want all the power. Nobody can tell them no, nobody can slow them down, nobody can stop them. They want all the power. There is no checks and balances. There is just power and I have it. And a lot of times it's like the MAGA people say, it's because it's directed by God. God saved them. God put them there. God wants them to lead us, and we just got to stand by and do our thing. Like, fascism is crazy. And Donald Trump, I think there's like, what is there? Is it 12 or 15? "14 characteristics of fascism. Powerful and continuing nationalism. Fascist regimes tend to make constant use of patriotic mottos, slogans, symbols, songs, and other paraphernalia. Flags are seen everywhere, as are flag symbols on clothing and in public displays." Now, there's nothing wrong with nationalism at all. Like, I love our country. I love our flag. I wore the flag. I fought for our country because I love our country. It's when it becomes ultra-nationalism that we're the only people that deserve to live or to be or to whatever, and everybody else is worse than us, less than us, horrible, or they're the enemy or whatever. That's the problem. 2, disdain for the recognition of human rights. Because of fear of enemies and the need for security, the people in fascist regimes are persuaded that human rights can be ignored in certain cases because of a need. The people tend to look the other way or even approve torture, summary executions, assassinations, long incarcerations of prisoners, etc., as long as they're the enemy or labeled the enemy. 3, identification of enemies, scapegoats as a unifying cause. The people are rallied into unifying patriotic frenzy over the need to eliminate a perceived common threat or a foe. This could be racial, ethnic, or religious minorities, liberals, communists, socialists, or terrorists. But your attention's on these guys are the enemies. They're the ones that, like the Jews, right? Hitler convinced Germany wasn't doing well because all the restrictions and all the repayment and restitution they had to do after World War I. But Hitler convinced them that the Jews did it to them, when in reality, the country's probably cracked down too hard on them after World War I. Rampant sexism. I'm sorry, I skipped one. 4, supremacy of the military. Even when there are widespread domestic problems, like people homeless, starving, all that shit, the military is given a disproportionate amount of government funding, and the domestic agenda is neglected. Soldiers and military service are glamorized. There's nothing better. Like, you need to serve your country because that's the only way that you could honor it. It's the best way, blah, blah, blah. 5, rampant sexism. The governments of fascist nations tend to be almost exclusively male-dominated. Under fascist regimes, traditional gender roles are made more rigid. Opposition to abortion is high, as is homophobia and anti-gay legislation and national policy. And a lot of that's done by like birth rate arguments or the enemy's out birthing us. They make too many we gotta have more white children. Women stay home, have babies. If you're not having babies, if you're in any type of relationship where you can't have a baby, if you're gay or whatever like that, you're not accepted. If you abort a baby, not accept. None of that is acceptable to an extreme level, like making it illegal to be gay or illegal to have an abortion. Control of mass media. Sometimes the media is directly controlled by the government, but in other cases, the media is indirectly controlled by the government regulation or sympathetic media spokespeople and executives. Censorship, especially during wartime, is very common. So this is how North Korea or Russia, when they're at war, their people don't know any reality, right? Putin's regime was telling their people that the only reason they went into Ukraine is because they were genetically modifying soldiers in underground labs, and they had to stop that. Like, they don't know. They get their media, and that's it, and they're lied to about what's actually going on, especially in war. A lot of times, obsession with national security. Fear is used as a motivational tool by the government over the masses to shut everything down. National security, no immigration, no brown people, no this, no that, no traveling between states. You got to have this ID card. You got to do this. You got to prove your citizenship, all this stuff because of fear and national security. Religion and government are intertwined. Governments in fascist nations tend to use the most common religion in the nation as a tool to manipulate public opinion. A lot of times that's Christianity because it's a really popular religion, right? If you go back and look at Hitler, you will see churches where on the dais, like or the podium up front, there are swastikas hanging. Even though Hitler had a disdain for the church and really hated the church, he pretended to be part of the National German Church and took it over and had swastikas everywhere. Had people attend church in uniform, and their symbols were all over the church, and the leaders of the church come out and endorsed Hitler and the job that he was doing. Corporate power is protected. The industrial and business aristocracy of a fascist nation often are the ones who put the government leaders into power. So these rich business owners are usually the ones who made the government into power, so they're protected. You can see this in Russia. In Russia, the oligarchs there are not that Russia is exclusively fascist, but I'm just using examples of countries. But the oligarchs there have a lot of power. There was, at one time during the war with Ukraine, Russia wanted to start an across-the-board conscription. And the oligarchs said, not my son, and then suddenly it was turned off. And they went to other, like, smaller towns and out in the country to get people because they weren't taking their kids. They kind of stay out of each other's way. But if they have a favor, they put them there. They ask for it. There you go. Labor power is suppressed. Because the organizing power of labor is the only real threat to a fascist government, because you could shut down manufacturing, labor unions are either eliminated entirely or severely suppressed to the point where they can make it illegal or just highly frowned upon or pass laws to where a union couldn't do anything. Labor being organized and in a union is, I was talking about my dad. A labor union would have really helped my dad. Even when I got a job with the railroad, he's like, be careful, they're a union down there. But he had just heard that it was shitty the whole time. Like, it was bad for business the whole time. But the railroad union was really good. Typically a disdain for intellectual and the arts. Fascist nations tend to promote and tolerate open hostility towards higher education, college, and academia. College professors, colleges in general, just like MAGA's doing right now, right? Oh, they send you there and you come out a woke, blue-haired liberal who hates America. It is not uncommon for professors and other academics to be censored, arrested, or killed. Free expression in arts is openly attacked, and governments often refuse to fund the arts. Now, a lot of times, the reason being is because art tends to spread a message. There's tons of anti-fascist or anti-authoritarian music and paintings and drawings, and that touches people somewhere. That makes them sit back and think about it, right? So they want to get rid of that as quickly as they can for arts. And then the more people are educated, the more likely they are to revolt against something like this. Obsession with crime and punishment. This is one that Trump's real big on. Obsession with crime and punishment. Under fascist regimes, the police are given almost limitless power to enforce their laws. The people are often willing to overlook police abuse and even forego civil liberties in the name of patriotism and security. There is often a national police force with virtually unlimited power in fascist nations. By the way, our ICE just become like the 13th largest military in the world? Just U.S. immigration. Just become like the 13th largest military in the world, which is insane by budget. Rampant cronyism and corruption. Fascist regimes are almost always governed by groups of friends, family, and associates. Trump is really good at this, right? He puts in anybody that's nice to him, that says good things about him, that claims they're going to be loyal. The first time around, it was all his family. The second time around, it's a Fox News host who's nice to me, a podcaster. They don't have to have any experience. The experience they need is that they're nice to Trump and they'll agree with Trump and they'll do what he says. That's all the experience you need. We've seen so many underqualified people being put in positions just because Trump knows he can control them. They're usually friends, family, and associates who appoint each other to government positions and use governmental power and authority to protect their friends from accountability. The Signal chat, the Epstein list, they use it to protect their friends from being held accountable when they fuck up. It is not uncommon in fascist regimes for national resources and even treasures to be appointed, to be appropriated or even outright stolen by government leaders. Because there's so much of this cronyism where they don't go after each other, then that leads to corruption where, national treasures are stolen and people look the other way. The last one is fraudulent elections. Oftentimes elections in fascist nations are complete shams. Other times, elections are manipulated by smear campaigns against or even assassination of opposition candidates, use of legislation to control the voting numbers or political district boundaries, and manipulation of the media. Fascist nations also typically use their judiciaries to manipulate or control the elections. Those are the 14 key tenets or characteristics of fascism. There's a video that I show sometimes, and it is it's this guy trying to explain to MAGA, like, I'm going to give you 7 things I like about Trump and 7 things I didn't like about Trump, but you're going to agree with me they're all true. And he does the 7 things. He gets to the end of it and says, would you agree with me that whether you like him or not, these 7 things are true? Like, he's ultra-nationalist. He appoints friends and family. He's not great on human rights. He's crazy about nationalism. The military is supreme. He's probably a little bit sexist. You'd probably agree. He wants to control the mass media. He calls them the fake news. Well, he goes through all 14 of these, and they're like, yeah, we'd agree. Yeah, obviously. Those are things that seems like align with Trump. And he's like, well, those are the 14 tenets of fascism. And it's perfect the way it fits. What is that guy's name, guy? You don't know who I'm talking about, the YouTube video? Remember we found out that he was a human trafficker or some shit later on? I should have saved it. I want to say his name is something simple. It's like Political Ben or something like that. But it doesn't really matter that the guy's been in like trouble for immigration fraud and shit like that. I don't care. But the video's really good. I'll find it later. It's not Walter Master. No. This guy, his wife ended up taking over his channel. Hold on. And that's the way I found it last time. He stepped down when a bunch of negative press came out about him. Sorry, if I can't find it in a second, we'll move on. I'll keep looking for it in the background, I'm sure. I'm sure I subscribed to the channel. That'd be a way to find it because I probably subscribed recently. All right. Yeah, let's finish playing this. I'll look for it in a second. It's insane that they're like, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
My first claim is Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal. Donald Trump is defying the Constitution. Immigrants, overall, are good for America. Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing. I'm Mehdi Hassan. I'm a journalist. I'm the editor of Zeteo. And today I'm surrounded by 20 far-right conservatives.
That's a very good video. I can't play it because of Jubilee and the way they copyright strike and stuff. But it's part of Jubilee's Surrounded series. And it's very, very good video. It's got Mehdi Hassan in it. And you should go watch it. Or maybe one day when we're on Twitch only, I can play it. But I can't play it on YouTube. For those who sacrifice liberty for a little security deserve neither. To paraphrase Dr. Franklin. Right. You deserve neither. If you're going to give up your liberty for security. We did that one. We did that. I think this one's funny. So this is the guy, we watch him all the time. He just says funny shit while he's gaming. And then at the end of it, he's like, you guys want to play again? You want to run that back? But this one, he's on this weird conspiracy kick. Listen to all the funny things he comes up with.
We'll kidnap your father and make him transition, dude. Be careful.
DeSantis.
You watched the news this morning? Ron DeSantis came out. He is the Zodiac Killer, dude.
Wait, what happened?
Ron DeSantis has been confirmed as the Zodiac Killer, but no one's talking about it because of Alligator Alcatraz.
I don't watch the news, bro.
They have John Pork deep in the deep state right now, undercover.
I thought DeSantis was the governor of Texas.
He is, but
I just found it. I just found the channel. We'll watch it in a second.
Cheese was undercover and exposed him, dude, as the Zodiac Killer.
Alcatraz was a prison, bro.
You gotta open your mind, dude. Do not listen to Pelosi.
What the fuck is that?
Holy fuck.
On Infowars.com, boys, they were just saying, think about it.
You're right, but girl, that's it. Beau of the Fifth Column.
Kyle Busch.
But he's changed the name of his channel to Belle of the Ranch because his wife took over.
Alcatraz was a prison, bro.
You gotta open your mind, dude. Do not listen to Pelosi.
What the fuck is that?
Holy fuck.
On Infowars.com, boys, they were just saying, think about it. 30 rack of Busch Light, George Bush, Kyle Busch, Bush did 9/11. They also exposed Joe Biden as being D.B. Cooper, and he used the money to buy the presidency.
I can't fucking stand Nancy.
Who the fuck is Nancy?
Yo, like, what the fuck is happening?
This is not encrypted, guys. Be careful. I could get in big trouble for what I'm saying.
This guy's name is Rolo Polo TV. I hope this is his real channel. But goddamn, I see his videos all the time. He has me dying, laughing. He just does these streams where he hops into chat and just says like ridiculous shit. Or like the one we watched last time was he was like, the guy's like, you don't make more money than me. I make $27 an hour. And he's like, dude, that's 3 turtle suits per hour because he was trying to get him to buy the Ninja Turtle skins.
Right now.
I don't really give a fuck about Democrats.
We don't like them. They freaking suck.
Donald was not in the Epstein files. It was Donald Jr. It was a typo.
Who the fuck is Donald Jr.?
It was DJ Jr.?
Now they're trying to cover it up.
Fuck.
And then they silenced John Pork after he found that out. I found this all on Infowars.com, dude. It's an encrypted site.
Yeah, I've heard of that site. I had videos that I couldn't turn in because the live ended on TikTok. There was like a live of like an African-American male burning ballots. Fuck you, Obama.
I'm surprised Obama's even alive.
They replaced the lizard. He invented the Obama phone, which is an encrypted line.
Holy bro.
There's a cheater.
Yeah, government-funded wall hacks, dude. It's part of the Joe Biden administration.
Yep, see what I'm saying? He's cheating.
It all connects back to Little Rock, Arkansas, where Elon Musk is from.
Shit's crazy, bro.
They just found Atlantis under Gary, Indiana, but they're trying to hide it from Freak Bob. Happening live right now.
I just got a new phone yesterday. It's an iPhone 16.
Throw it out now! You have to throw it in the microwave.
Throw it in the freaking microwave.
On high for 46 seconds. Who are you texting? John Pork?
My mom. Are you Asian?
The lottery is a government psyop to catch time travelers.
Are you?
That would be a good one. The suicide hotline. The lottery is a government psyop to catch time travelers.
I'm talking about the stupid government. Hey, I hope everybody at the freaking White House can freaking hear this. I do not care.
Stop, they're listening.
I don't give a crap.
DJ Vance is listening. He already killed the Pope.
Who the fuck is DJ? What the fuck?
Betty White.
It isn't the entire hotline. It is a portion of the hotline that specialized in youth LGBTQ stuff. It no longer has those services.
It is still alive. Gavin Newsom is just trying to distract
Who the fuck is
you.
Betty White? What the fuck? I feel like you're making up random names at this point.
DJ Vance will kidnap your father and make him transition, dude. Be careful.
DJ Vance will kidnap your father and make him transition.
Making up random names at this point.
DJ Vance will kidnap your father and make him transition, dude. Be careful.
DJ Vance? My father's a cop. Frick DJ Vance. I will say it out loud. I hope everybody in the world can hear me. Frick DJ or whatever.
Tupac is literally still alive. He's in Atlantis underneath Gary, Indiana right now.
I know you can hear me, you stupid government. That DJ.
Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews are just revealing locations of sleeper cells. Think about it. Zero from Holes. Ground Zero. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf did 9/11.
Who the fuck is Shia LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf. What the fuck? The U.S. government. Frick them. I know my rights.
Ron DeSantis is the Zodiac Killer.
Who the fuck is Zodiac?
Mike Jones has the nuclear codes disguised in one of his songs.
What?
Listen, it's not a real place. Do not listen to Obama. That's where they house the aliens.
Shut the freak up! I don't care about that dude.
281-330-8004. That's the nuclear codes.
I don't care about that kid, that freaking fat guy in North Korea. What is that freaking fat dude's name?
Gi-yoon. He's also the lead man of BTS. So, y'all trying to run it back?
Y'all trying to run it back? This guy is so funny. He's so good at what he does, dude.
Am I seeing this right? Y'all ain't got none of the Family Guy skins yet, dog? Say swear.
Who the cares about a damn Family Guy skin?
If you can't afford it, just say so.
I'm not finna spend money on no goddamn game.
Likely excuse. Your husband's broke. Like,
first of all, nobody said my husband was broke. Second, I just don't care about it. He has the Family Guy skins. I don't really give a
No, you're not talking to me like that.
I'm talking to you like that little. Why wipe the whole team then, since you're so big and bad?
I will, and I'll be doing it in my Family Guy skin, which you cannot afford.
You know, you're actually saying the wrong fucking show.
No, I'm not.
That is actually American Dad, is it not?
You wouldn't understand. You can't afford.
I wouldn't understand because I can't afford it because it's a fucking skin on a game. Can you afford rent?
I can afford rent and Disney Plus.
He literally just said, I can't afford rent and Disney Plus. Fucking child.
I got Disney Plus, Prime Video, and Netflix.
I got Disney Plus, Prime Video, and then.
You can 1v1 if you feeling like that.
We definitely could.
You want to 1v1 me and you ain't even got no Family Guy skins.
Nobody gives a about a damn Family Guy skin.
Because you can't afford.
I don't care about it. I don't care enough to spend my money on a virtual game.
If you don't know, a skin in a video game just makes you look like the Ninja Turtle ones make you look like Ninja Turtles. The new one is the American. He's saying the wrong show. It's the American Dad skins, but he's saying Family Guy.
That has nothing to do with the real life. You want to 1v1 me? You can't even afford a Family Guy skin? Let me shut up before I get, chat ban. Let me mop the floor with your ass if you 1v1 me.
I don't 1v1 broke boys.
I'm clearly a woman. I did say I was married to a man. I don't 1v1 children, but my husband does. He loves to make kids cry.
I'm not a child. I'm 47.
47, acting like a child. I got my priorities straight, unlike you.
And you got no Family Guy bundles. We are not the same.
Nobody gives a fuck about Family Guy bundles. What the hell is the problem with Family Guy bundles?
This is wrong with you Gen Zers.
Gen Z? Baby, I'm a millennial. I was born in 99. Shut the fuck up. Just because your old ass can't do nothing but sit on this game all day and talk shit to people that could care less.
Wait, so you're 26 years old and you don't have the Family Guy skin?
I'm 26 years old and I don't care to spend my money on a fucking game. Let me get your wife got pissed at you because all you do is spend time on the game and not with her. She left you and now you just sit in the house in the basement playing the game with your boys.
How'd she know that?
Are you okay?
I left her. Your man ain't even buy you the Family Guy skins. Like, what kind of man is that?
I can't believe they engaged with him for this long, dude.
Something my husband actually cares about.
Every time I talk shit on a video game, I get muted like almost instantly.
Do you know what your ex-wife like? That's why she left you, isn't it? You couldn't satisfy her in bed, huh? You keep going on and on about this Family Guy skin.
I can afford the skin. You can't. We are not the same.
I didn't say nothing about wanting the skin. I could buy that right now, but do I want it? Absolutely not. Add me as a friend and then jump in my lobby and then we can 1v1.
How about this? We go in the lobby and we go bundle for bundle. If you're too scared to go bundle for bundle, just say so. Like,
if you want to go bundle for bundle, I mean, you can talk to my husband. Y'all can go kill for kill. How about that?
Y'all trying to run it back?
Can 1v1.
Put a girl on. Scoreboard. Do I have motion? That's it? And no Family Guy skins. I was playing blindfolded too. That's the crazy part.
I tell whoever you gave the controller to, congratulations.
Am I seeing this?
He did 1v1 them and fucking wrecked their ass, in case you didn't know what that last part was. Let's watch another one.
So play. What's the move?
You see the ping on the map?
I ain't talking.
I like where he comes in. He's like, all right, boys, who's a shot caller? Who's calling the shots? Somebody's got to call the shot. You're the shot caller. Call the shot. That's so funny.
On the game. Where the function at tonight?
I stay out the traffic, bro. I'm a married man.
Dog ain't got no motion, bro.
I was that way when I was younger, bro.
I'm 47 and I still got motion. Getting active every night.
That's all right, man.
I get to why not we in this Wednesday right now, bro, and you guys ain't even heading to a function. Hey, shit.
I'll probably do a tattoo that makes more money than you will all week, bro.
I'll be with a different bird every night. Hey, shit. Like, we are not the same.
I don't give a You think that's a flex to me, bro? I done had my run with all the bro, with all the functions and parties. I've been to prison 3 times.
You never had no motion, dog.
Talking about your 47, talking about motion, bro.
Your playbook empty, dog.
I don't give a Jesus Christ, bro. Because you got fucking every day, bro. What are they, 300 pounds? I don't give a bro. I'm happily married, dog. Shut up with your motion shit.
You don't even know where the function's at, dog. When's the last time you even functioned at a function type shit? I'm at last night's bird's house playing on her boyfriend's Xbox while he's in the Navy. That's motion type shit.
That's a piece of shit, bro. You are a piece of shit.
He's serving for the country and you at his girl.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit,
That's crazy,
dude.
bro. That's not right, gang.
Nah, you're a piece of shit, bro. I catch you around me, you ain't gonna have no teeth, bro. I swear to God.
We built different then, dog, because I'm out here doing this.
I have morals, bro. You're a little boy with no goals or ambition, bro, besides to shack up with somebody's old lady, dude. Stone cold piece of shit, bro.
Moral of the story, dog, you got motion, you don't, bro. I get active type shit.
I don't give a what you think motion is, bro. I got motion, dog. I got bands, bro. What do you...
Y'all run it back or no?
Bands.
I got birds, dog, type shit.
You got a couple snow bunnies and you think you flexing.
You 47 and you talking about this.
He wants us to give him praise because he's out here fucking bro. There ain't nothing to praise about that, dude. And you're doing it in the most up manner, dude.
I'm a bee. I'm gonna get my honey type shit. You ain't get no huzz, dog.
He would. Tinder or Grinder, whatever your little weird ass is into.
I'm at the function actually getting active.
What are you talking about a function, bro? A bar mitzvah? Shut the up, dude. You sound I'm at the function, dude. I promise you ain't coming to the barbecue.
I'll pull up, your wife will be all over me type shit. Like, that's the type of motion that I got.
My wife would slap you in your mouth and call you a dog.
Ain't no motion getter, dog.
You have no motion. You don't even have a job. You're sitting on a Navy's man game. I'm 15 and I have a job. You don't have a job.
You ain't even know where the function's at, dog.
Motion. I'll bend your ass over and you from the back, young man.
You ain't even know where the function's at,
The function's at your mama's house and the unemployment office. I got a career. I got a wife. You should probably shack up with one of them honeys you've been blistering your lips about. Have a good time at the function.
Show me a bed. That's motion. Motion is money, doofus, dummy. You don't even know what you talk about.
Are you trying to run it back? What's the play? What's the move?
Hang on.
You trying to run it back or no?
Tell Johnny suck a you and Johnny.
Yo, y'all got mics? Yo.
Shut up. You about to die. Get your ass up out of here.
I know you're not talking to me like that.
Dumbass Green, shut the up. You on my team. Nobody's talking to you, dude.
Now you're backtracking, eh? That's what I thought.
Ain't nobody backtracking. Shut the up. You heard what I said.
Wait till my boy Johnny gets on, buddy. He'll be piping down.
Fuck you and your fucking boy.
Wait till my boy Johnny gets on. I dare you to say that to his face.
He told somebody earlier that lived in fucking Texas that he lived in Chicago and dared him to show up at the skate park after this game.
Johnny, bro. Tell Johnny suck a you and Johnny.
I beg you to say that to his face, buddy.
Wait till my boy Johnny and you and Johnny and whoever else you got.
It's checking you, bro.
Bring your whole crew. All of you.
The thing is, Johnny would pull up and you'd pipe right down, boss. He's got 7.5 gold guns on here, buddy. Most in the world.
I don't give a about no gold guns. Loser.
Please say that to Johnny's face, Math. I'm begging you. You messed up big time, boss.
This Johnny guy is nobody. Shut the up.
My boy Johnny gets involved, buddy. He'll be shoving his foot right up your ass.
150,000 followers.
Bro.
He won't shut up, bro.
My boy Johnny will 1v3 you guys.
Shut up. Nobody talking to you. What, is Johnny gonna get me?
Yeah, he will. You're aware that my boy Johnny's 7th prestige max level, right?
Johnny's a nobody.
That's impressive.
Bro. He got me banned, bro.
That was my boy Johnny. That's a little taste of what he's about to do to you.
What else he about to do?
He's gonna you, buddy. He's gonna take that headset and shove it up your ass.
Like real good?
We already cooked your stupid ass. Shut
no one
up.
Y'all trying to run it back?
Tell Johnny something.
God damn, he's funny.
About the function, bro. Like, your mind ain't functioning.
That's another one.
What's up, Dave?
Where you posted up at?
I don't really know what you're asking, quite honestly.
Where are you located?
I'm from Louisiana.
3-1, hey, bro, me too.
Hey, what's up, dog?
You got motion, bro? I'm trying to get active tonight, bro. Where the function at?
Shit. On Monday? The other shenanigans, bro. They kind of trashy, but...
That's where the function at tonight, though, bro?
I don't even know, dude.
You ain't got no motion, bro?
My motion doesn't happen, bro. And the waves will rise and fall, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to look for the function, bro, and get active tonight. I thought you had motion, bro.
Not really, bro. I ain't never claimed to have no motion. I be making music and shit. I be doing my own thing, bro.
Any actual motion getter is getting motion on Monday night, bro, and getting active.
Go get active then, big dog.
You don't know where to function at.
Nah, bro. I really don't. I ain't got a clue, man.
Bro.
Sitting here playing Xbox at 11:39.
I didn't realize it was
I played
No
up at
Motion
K&,
Monday around here, bro.
I don't think that
No Motion Monday.
function's happening on Monday night, like I said, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. I'll be reeling in birds, bro. I got motion, bro.
I ain't never heard that term in my life, big dog. You definitely ain't from the 318.
Obviously, you don't pull up to the function, dog.
Obviously, you don't either if you don't know where it's at. I know where some good tacos are right now.
I'm looking for a function. You got about as much motion as Stephen Hawking, dog. I tell you shit.
I might go play some golf a little bit.
There ain't no huzz on the course.
I ain't worried about bro. Real man gonna worry about himself.
You got no motion, bro. Just say.
Yeah, I got big. That if that's what you talking about, I'm straight on that, big dog. It's like, where's the substance in that? Where's the value in that? How does that grow you as a person? Go into a bar and picking up some.
You ain't got no motion, twin. Like, I'm out here getting active, bro. Different bird every night, dog. Hey, shit.
You ain't gonna be laughing when you catch an STD, dumbass.
You ain't even know where to function
You probably-
at. You wouldn't even function at the functions that
word.
I go to, dog. Talking all this ish, but you won't even pull up to the function tonight.
I'm not the one talking shit. I'm just being real with you, bro. I don't give a fuck about the function, bro. Like, your mind ain't functioning.
He's got him so fucking mad, dude.
You talking all this shit, bro. You be here trying to fuck with me. Like, I ain't fucking with it. Honestly, fuck the function. Fuck what your motion is. I don't give a fuck. I got my own shit going on, big dog. You want to sit here and act like you gonna fucking do some shit? Pull the fuck up, bro.
Tell me where the function's at. I'll pull up, bro. Like, I actually have motion, dude.
You ain't man enough to square up with somebody. You just pull a huh?
If you don't know how to handle a 9, just say so, boss.
I'm gonna promise you that.
You ain't never squabbled up once at the function, dude.
Anybody in Louisiana use the word squabble, bro.
You ain't never been to one of my
You
functions.
funny? Yeah, I hadn't been to one of your goofy ass functions. I'll tell you that right now. We
can
squaring
tell.
up and beating ass. We putting chins on the curb and loose
Squabble's like a West Coast thing.
teeth. You heard me? Like, we don't fucking lie. You're
You,
mad
bro.
tripping, bro. I'm just letting you know. I'm not threatening. I'm just saying facts, big dog.
Trying to run it back?
I don't give a
Trying to run a bag or no? Anyways, his name is Rolo Polo TV, and it is very, very entertaining. Listen to him fucking go. Oh, he's pretty good. Oh, God, that was a good one. What else we got? What else we got? What is this? Oh. So, I want to tell you something.
Eastman Credit.
There's a local, they banned me because they're Trump cocksuckers. Basically, they were doing the thing. There's this local page on Facebook called Scanner Food. And I only followed them because they do like crashes and wrecks and police standoffs or whatever they hear on the scanner. They report about it. So I followed them on Facebook and on Twitter, I think. But then they got one mod. They probably have like, I think they got 5 or 6 people that post. They got one mod that's a fucking Trump sycophant. So they started posting about the price of eggs. And you guys remember that there's a time when people were posting about the price of eggs like falling off the fucking chart, right? And it was actually egg futures. And if you're going to admit that egg futures were like $1.58, then you have to admit under Biden, they were like 34 cents if you use that chart, which wasn't true. So I called them out on that and they banned me. Now they're going around. This is that video of them fucking at the bank near my house. They're going around and telling people that if you shared this video, you could potentially be arrested or charged or sued or some shit. All those things. The local police might want to talk to you. But then they tell people, don't delete it. You need to, by the way, this video has been shared like 1 billion fucking times on the internet. Don't delete it. You need to contact a lawyer immediately because you could be destroying evidence and you're not allowed to do that. Just fucking craziest post, but that's just made people post it even more. And they're serious.
Credit Union. The Johnson City Police.
Our Eastman Credit Union said, earlier this week, we learned a video taken of inappropriate behavior in Johnson City, Tennessee branch. We took immediate action as we have zero tolerance for this kind of misconduct. We apologize for disturbing incident happened at our facility as it clearly does not represent who we are as an organization. We are committed to providing a safe and respectful environment for our staff and members. Good luck trying to get me for sharing a video that's been shared about 1 million times. Good luck.
Eastman Credit Union, the Johnson City Police Department, and the Johnson City VA.
Oh, this VA one was wild. Sex crazed work. This is my VA. Austin just sent me this one too, but I heard about it. I think I talked about it on the show. Sex crazed workers at Trouble VA facility had 12-person orgy, and one official bedded 32 coworkers. This is all medical staff. A 12-person orgy at work. And the same doctor that was involved in that orgy was bragging how he had slept with 32 other females on the medical staff.
Union, the Johnson City Police Department.
The Johnson City lawsuit settlement includes outside oversight of new section. That's the one I was telling you guys about, the Sean guy that the police were investigating, and he escaped, and they fired the prosecutors trying to investigate it, all that shit.
The Johnson City Police Department and the Johnson City VA. These are all stories that have taken place in the last 6 months in the Tri-Cities, Tennessee, Johnson City. All the people involved, the one thing that they all have in common is they sit in a church pew every Sunday morning. They use God's name in vain. They sit in a church pew where pastors preach to them that the evil in the world, that the perversion in the world is people like me, my community, gay people. And these people live their lives Monday through Saturday, living like this. And this has gone on my entire life. These people have the audacity to do the things that they do and hide behind God. And these people...
That is true. There's churches everywhere, and if you're not in a church, it's almost like you look down upon. Some of the first questions you'll be asked when you meet somebody there, they'll say, where do you go to church at?
They're going to get into heaven. That God's going to look at them and say, well done, my good and faithful child.
And then have you guys seen this Stephen Miller clip?
Stephen Miller from 2003. I don't know how old he is. It seems like it's on a high school
17.
bus or a college bus. Okay, yeah.
I've been reading. The reason I put this in there is because I've been kind of skimming through Jean Guerrero's book, Hate Monger, Stephen Miller, Donald Trump, and the White Nationalist Agenda. You had her on like right before I joined the show.
Oh, was it that long ago? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a book about his background and how he was.
I just want to see the clip.
That Errol Morris film was it?
There you go.
Mr. Death or Dr. Death, I can't remember, but play this.
Of the Iraqi civilians. I think that as many of them should survive as possible, because the goal of any military conflict is to kill as few people as possible. But as for Saddam Hussein and his henchmen, I think the ideal solution would be to cut off their fingers. I don't think it's necessary to kill them entirely. We're not a barbaric people. We respect life. Therefore, torture is the way to go, because torture people can live. Torture is a celebration of life and human dignity. We need
to be fair, he's probably just being a dumbass in high school. Right, and he come back to bite him in the ass, but still.
Remember that as we enter these very dark and dangerous times in the next century. I only
he looks like a fucking... Why has he got the hairline of a 50-year-old man at 17?
Hope that many of my peers and people who will be leading this country will appreciate the value and respect.
Even I had hair at 17.
That torture shows towards other cultures. To the issue of the Iraqis.
Wild. That's a Stephen Miller clip. And then the last video I'm going to show you guys, is it this one? It seems like it'd be longer than this. Hold on.
People, it's Bo again. So today, we're going to talk about understanding. This is a requested video. Somebody asked me if I would be willing to just once, on Trump's last day, catalog his accomplishments the way his supporters see them.
Yeah, I think this is it. This is the one that you should know, this video, and you should share it with your MAGA relatives and friends and shit when the time's right. But listen, he goes over 7 things he thinks Trump did really well and 7 things he doesn't agree with.
In hopes of promoting understanding. I'm all about understanding. And I actually think this is going to be a good exercise. If you have a Trump-supporting friend, get him near you. Let him listen to this. Because I'm going to, in good faith, try to...
It sucks he has like a horrible background. Like, this guy has like a fucking crazy, horrible background because it discredits a lot of good work that he's done.
Line.
In a lot of people's eyes.
His supporters really liked about him. But since it is my channel, I'm going to do it 6 good things, and then I'm going to say 1 bad thing that I think all of his supporters will be like, yeah, he totally did that. And then I'm going to name 6 more good things, and then 1 bad thing. Watch to the end. Okay. His supporters loved the fact that under him, nobody had to be ashamed that they loved the American flag or the bald eagle, those symbols of the nation. He brought nationalism back. He made it okay. They liked that. He enforced, or at least promoted, traditional family roles. He made national security.
Now that I read you the 14 tenets of fascism, you can kind of see these popping up, right?
Paramount. Really important thing.
He worked for a company that got foreigners here, took their passport away from them, and then forced them to work illegally while keeping them locked up as well at times.
And he focused on that.
Human trafficking.
As he was doing that, he He didn't wobble. When it came time to call a bad guy, he did it. He let us know who our enemies were. Because he knew who our enemies were and knew that we had opposition out there, he didn't care about conventions or rights that they may have. Now, to the liberals watching this, I know y'all, like, that's not a good thing. To them it is. To them it is because they want to win. And they don't care how they do it. When it comes to something like that, when it comes to national security issues, they want to win, period. Because of those opposition groups, he made the military supreme. The most important thing, bar none. 6 positive things. So here's my negative one. He engaged in cronyism. I mean, I think everybody would admit that. He hired his family members who were less than qualified for those positions. I don't think anybody would deny that.
All these things fit almost perfectly with Trump, by the way.
That's my negative one. He didn't let the media run him. He ran the media. He called them out. He didn't let them get away with anything. If he thought they were lying, he said they were lying. And he told his supporters which outlets they could trust. He protected our business interest, American business interest, at home and abroad, with the full force of the U.S. government.
Oh, I heard you say contractor. I didn't know it was General Dynamics.
He established mutually beneficial relationships between government and the private sector and used the U.S. government to make it happen, to make things run on time. He did not let the lefty labor groups gain an inch. He didn't waste time, money, on horrible art or impractical, unmarketable, liberal arts type of intellectual activities.
Sure. It doesn't, personally to me, like, everybody's got a pass and, you know, he served his time, did his thing, whatever. As long as he doesn't, like, try to downplay it or diminish it or say it didn't happen. But there's just so many other people that'll won't listen to anything he says. And even like a really good video like this will discredit it by saying, oh, he's a human trafficker, you know?
He didn't push that. He focused on law and order, crime and punishment. It was a big focus of his, and his supporters loved it. And he brought religion back into the forefront, God back in the White House and all of that. His supporters loved it. Now my negative thing. He undermined the elections. To what extent his supporters may argue, but there is no doubt that he did. So, I just named 12 positive things and 2 negative things that I believe most honest supporters of Trump would admit were true. 14
So everybody, left and right, would admit this is true.
things in total. So now you have a clear picture of what they believe. Now, for the Trump supporters, here's why.
I don't think they realize that these are the characteristics of fascism. You know, they're on TikTok. There's a TikTok trend right now that they are using AI translated videos of Hitler. So the AI not only translates it, but it gives them like an Americanized voice, and it sounds really nice. It doesn't sound like it's a computer, you know, it flows right. And instead of saying, oh my God, he says the same thing Trump says, that's bad, they're saying, oh my God, he says the same thing Trump says, maybe Hitler wasn't bad. Like, instead of saying, oh, Trump might be like Hitler, they're saying Hitler is like Trump, and that's a good thing. He was probably the good guy, and we've been lied to about our history. It's wild. Like, I've seen probably 50 videos of that.
Liberals and leftists and a lot of centrists were so opposed to this. These 14 points are the 14 characteristics of fascism.
And his followers would probably agree with that. Like, he hired his family. He undermined the election to some extent. You know, cronyism, nationalism, did away with liberal arts and shit like that, right?
You were nodding your head throughout the whole thing, I imagine. There will be a link down below with this list. You can listen to it again and read along. I didn't do them in order, but you'll be able to find them. It's a short list. That's why there was so much opposition. That's why people were so worried about the amount of power he was gaining. The 12 points that I just mentioned that were great things for Trump, and the 2 negative things that they would concede, are the 14 characteristics of fascism.
The only 2 they have to concede is that, to some extent, he undermined the elections, right? Even if you believe that the election was stolen, that's proof that he undermined the elections, even if you believe that's true. And that, he, you know, cronyism, like he hired his friends and shit, family. Like, they have to concede those 2, but the other ones they'll be cheering along with. He named the enemy. We didn't have to guess who they were. He made it okay to be a patriot again. Those are all fucking characteristics of fascism.
Of fascism. Yeah, you were holding a monkey's paw when you asked me to do this video. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.
So this channel is now called Bella the Ranch. And I guess it's his wife that does it now. And he doesn't really do stuff here. Like, she just uploaded 3 hours ago. Let's talk about why Trump doesn't care about his base anymore. Well, he doesn't have to win an election. That's why. All right, guys. It's after 1 a.m. here. I'm out for the night. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Support the show while we're offline at coldbeer.fund. Thank you for the donation and subscriptions tonight. If you want to support those, go to coldbeer.fund where you can help pay the bills around here. I'd appreciate it. But I'm out for the night. Hey, what's up, Corn Diff? We'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll see you all then. Have a good night. If you want this video...
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again.
I'm going to send it here, and I'm going to send it to myself to save it as well.
Going to talk about understand.
There you go.
And tell them exactly who they are and tell them...
Thanks, you idiot. I appreciate it.
You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Shout out to Q Idiot. Q Idiot has done a good job of fucking keeping the show alive when I was struggling. So thank you, Q Idiot, for all of it. I appreciate it.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6 cents for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat.
Think about retiring. I don't know. What do you guys think?
To the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What?
I'm either going to have to retire or I'm going to start buying bots.
What are you doing?
Like GNet said I did.
Dude, come on. Seriously. One bombs and alcohol. Give me a... Oh, my God.
Bert won't send me no followers. Piece of shit.
Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set.
I hope Legend has a terrible week. How's that feel, Legend? Is that what you want to put on the President of the United States? Holy shit.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so.
He's the pilot. We're all in this aircraft together.
Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well.
I hope his congestive heart failure kicks into overdrive.
You got Frog News Network too. No damn reason.
I hope his heart just says, nah, not today.
Came first, 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know. Hit his ass on stolen boots.
Tsuko thinks it's funny. I get it.
All this nonsense on my conscience.
Go hang out with your conspiracy neighbor in your rice dungeon, Tsuko.
At a night, these parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some...
Oh, I've got the money to order that new game now. I might do that. I might play a video game tomorrow. I couldn't afford the $80 game or whatever it was, but it seems fun.
Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy.
Good night, guys.
You're a